Now, today we discuss about plant diversity and habitat. Here, in this topic, plant diversity and habitat classification of plant kingdom. According to the Eclerc's opinion, the whole plant kingdom is classified into two groups based on the nature of the plants. First, cryptogams. In this cryptogams divided into three groups: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Now, what is meant by cryptogams? Cryptogams means non-flowering plants group is called cryptogams. What is meant by cryptogams? Cryptogams means non-flowering plants group. These cryptogams again divided into three groups: Thallophyte, Bryophyte and Pteridophyte. What is meant by Thallophyte? Thallophyta means the plants having thallus-like plant body are called Thallophyta members. Root, stem and leaf-like undifferentiated plant body is called thallus. This Thallophyta again divided into algae and fungi. Now, algae. Algae are autotrophic. Thallophyta plants are included in algae. Algae members possesses chlorophyll. So, by using sunlight, they carry out photosynthesis and synthesis their food. Now, fungi. Fungi are heterotrophic. Thallophyta members are called fungi. In fungi, chlorophyll or chloroplasts are absent. So, they cannot carry out photosynthesis and food preparation on their own. Fungal members either live as saprophytes or survive as parasites. Now, bryophyte. These bryophytes plants like these bryophyte plants live both on water and land, are referred as amphibians of plant kingdom. What is meant by pteridophytes? Pteridophyta, they are the first land plants and also first vascular plants. But mostly they are prostrate in habit and are called reptiles of plant kingdom. Now, phanerogams. The phanerogams, which are flowering plants, the flowering plants group is called phanerogams based on the presence or absence of seed coat. The phanerogams are divided further into two groups. They are gymnosperms and angiosperms. What is meant by gymnosperms? The plants having naked seeds, that means without seed coat. They are called gymnosperms. In gymnosperms, ovary, style and stigma are absent. in their female reproductive structure. Now, angiosperms. The plants having seed enclosed in a seed coat, which are called angiosperms. The gynoecium in these plants show clear ovary, style, and stigma. Here, this is the basic difference in between cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams are non-flowering plants and phanerogams which are flowering plants. The cryptogams again divided into thallophyte, bryophyte and pteridophytes. Thallophyta and again it is divided into algae and fungi. In flowering plants, phanerogams which are divided into gymnosperm and angiosperm. And again angiosperm divided into dicots and monocots. Now the plants which are multicellular, mostly photosynthetic organisms which found essentially everywhere, both in water and land. The aquatic plants include red, brown and green algae, and the plants include mosses, ferns, gymnosperms and angiosperms. The angiosperms or flowering plants are dominated the earth the last 70 million years. There are over 3 lakh angiosperm species growing on the earth, which show enormous diversity in size and form. In India, there are about 45,000 plant species are known that represent about 7% of the world's flora. Nearly 4,900 species of angiosperms are endemic to India. The diversity in plant life can be understood from the following. They are diversity on the basis of habitat and here diversity on the basis of habit. Now look at the detail about this diversity. So diversity on the basis of habitat, the plants grow in a variety of habitats. On the basis of habitat, plants may be classified into these types. 1. Hydrophytes. What is mean hydrophytes? The plants growing near water or submerged under water are called hydrophytes. Such plants have poor root system, soft stem and poor vascular tissue. The bulk of the tissue is spongy provided with air spaces. In these hydrophytes, plants may be submerged, free floating, amphibious. For example, in submerged plants, Vallisneria, Hydrilla, etc. Free floating and fixed floating hydrophytes, which are Wolffia, Utricularia, Trappa, Azolla, Nymphia, etc. In amphibians, they partly submerged. Example, Ranunculus, Aquatilis, Sagittaria, etc. The two angiosperms are also marine. Example, Jostera and Thalassia. Now, hygrophytes. What is meant by hygrophytes? The plants grow in moist and shady habitats. Their stem and roots are soft and spongy and show stunted growth. The leaves are well developed, provided with stomata. Common examples are ferns, etc. Now, Halophytes. Halophyte means the plants grow in saline soil or saline water. They can tolerate a relatively high concentration of salts, sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, and etc. They have characteristic negatively geotrophic breathing roots called pneumatophores. Examples: Rhizophora, Cerium, Avicennia, etc. Now, mesophytes. What is my mesophytes? The majority of angiosperms growing in places of moderate water supply and are known as mesophytes. They are usually large and fast growing. They have well developed roots and leaves. There are certain mesophytes such as deciduous trees. Example: shedding leaves at a certain season, which are mesophytic during the summer and xerophytic during the winters. Now, xerophytes. Xerophytes means the plants which grow in xeric or dry conditions or where water availability is negligible, which are known as xerophytes. Example: Euphorbia, Acacia, Argemone, Amaranthus, Calotropis, Nerium, Ziziphus, etc. Some, ze- some xerophytes store water in their stem. Example: Opuntia. In the leaves. That means xerophytes store water in their stem. Example: Opuntia store water in their leaves. Example: aloe, agave. In the roots, asparagus. So, in these steps are called as succulent plants. Xerophytes may be further divided into lithophytes, psammophytes, oxalophytes. Lithophytes means plants growing on rocks, which are known as lithophytes. Psammophytes means plants growing in sandy soils. Oxalophytes means plants growing on acidic soil. Now, epiphytes. What is meant by epiphytes? Which are the plants that grow on the trunk or branches of other plants, which is known as epiphytes. Example: an orchid or lichen growing as an epiphyte on a mango branch. The epiphytes are considered as space parasites. However, the interaction between the orchid growing on a tree would be an example of commensalism, where the host is unharmed while the commensals benefits. Now, parasitic plants. Here, these plants lie on other plants as parasites. Example: Cuscuta, Striga. Now, second type, diversity on the basis of habit. On the basis of habit, that is shape, size, and form, angiosperm are classified into four groups. Example: herb, shrubs, trees, curls. And third type, diversity of angiosperms on the basis of the nature of the stem. Example: erect, creepers, trailers, climbers. And now the last one, diversity on the basis of lifespan. It means on the basis of lifespan, angiosperms classified into ephemerals, annuals, biannuals, perennials, and diversity on the basis of size, diversity on the basis of nutrition. Thank you.